Hi, I'm Celeste, and I'm really glad that you're here. I hope you've taken some time to check out my website. I wanted to let you know how I work, the lens that I'm working with my therapy clients, as well as the workshops that I run and my coaching clients. I am a somatic psychotherapist. Soma introduces the body. It takes traditional talk therapy, and it also allows, again, the body to have space in the conversation. Everything that you've ever lived through, ever experienced, is somewhere held in your body. And your body's always giving you clues as to what it wants, what's sort of the right path for you, what triggers you, right? And I work with my clients in pausing, slowing down long enough to really take in that information that your body is sharing with you. And a big part of the work is nervous system regulation and coming to a place where you feel like you're no longer taken over by anxiety or depression or the things that attack you, but rather you're able to be curious about yourself, about your process, about how your history has affected you up until this point, and then to work with the information that your body's giving you. Somatic psychotherapy also works with family lineage, so not just you, but your parents, your grandparents, even your great-grandparents, your cousins, your children. These lines of communication and of thought pattern and behavior pattern, and that also ties into codependency and how these things are passed down from generation to generation. So it's getting a more holistic view of you and again, what it is that you're looking for. I do work a lot with codependency. I believe that we are all codependent beings. We depend on one another. And it's when that dependency thwarts the individualization of an individual, right? It thwarts the sovereignty. And while codependency is on a spectrum, just like narcissism is on a spectrum, most of human behaviors are on a spectrum. It's how to connect with what it is that's actually in alignment for you. And that changes throughout your lifetime. Your level of dependency, for instance, on your parents is not the same at 3, at 10, at 20, at 30, at 40. It changes. And so how to work with your interpersonal relationships and primarily with yourself as to what it is that you want and what you want to create and how to get there, essentially. I always want to know what it is that you're coming to therapy for. What is it you're seeking out coaching for? Why are you coming to these workshops? Is it just to gain information, or is there something that you'd like to change and shift about yourself? And I hold that with a lot of positive regard. In addition to your past, right? What you've already experienced and where you are now. I truly believe that within each of us, we have the medicine. Like, we have the medicine that we need to create the change. My job is just to hold the space for you, to continue to be curious about you, about your own process. I'm looking at my notes. In addition to systematic parts work is huge. You are a multidimensional being. There's so much happening within you at all times. And sometimes all of your parts are aligned and everything seems to work out well. And then there's other times where you feel conflicted. One part of you wants to do this, another part of you wants to do that. And how to identify your parts, to slow down with them. They want validation, and most likely they want to help you. It's just sometimes the way they helped you again at 5 is not necessarily helpful at 35. And so how can we get in touch with your younger parts? And also the parts of you that aren't necessarily young, but were created for something, some sort of survival in your life. And are they working for you now? So I hold all of that curiosity for you. Again, deep personal positive regard. I do believe that you have it within you to create whatever it is that you want. Sometimes we just need someone to support us through that. And so that's my job. And I love my job. I'm good at it. I will say I'm also a mama and I'm a yoga instructor. I Previously, I was a massage therapist. In my early 20s, I was an esthetician. So this line of work, in terms of like holding space for people, for healing, and for being with people's bodies and with their own experiences and how they relate to themselves, relaxation, power, and curiosity, external world, internal world. I've been working with this for a very long time. It is my honor. It is also my privilege to do this work. If you're interested in working with me or you want to do a bit more research, hey, I have lots of information and I'm still building every day, adding on to my Instagram account. I have written a book. It will be coming out and available shortly, which I'll have for sale here on the site. And I'm also creating a webinar. So it would be a beautiful addition with the book. However, it can be done on its own as well. If you're interested, sign up for my mailing list. And yeah, always new things bubbling up and being created all the time. Like I said, I have a wealth of information and I want to get it out to the people that really want it. So thanks again for being here. I'll see you around.